So when I say that this story, as a near 40-year-old black man just outside of Philadelphia, who each year for the last 3+ years now has a rising homicide rate, kids, teenagers, most black dying left and right over dumb shit. When I first heard of this organization, I'm going to say, like, I'm talking about when I really started paying attention was around like George Floyd. I've always heard of them. You know, they've been around since 2013 or so, raising money and awareness for police brutality, basically, you know, white cops versus black men. And, you know, sounded good, but on the surface, it looked good. And I started thinking to myself, especially when they started raising all that money around 2020, around the elections, I started thinking, like, what are they actually doing? For example, Philadelphia just a couple of weeks ago had one of the deadliest weekends in history. Each year, the Philadelphia area is racking up 400 plus, 500 plus homicides. Let me pull up some of these numbers here for you so you can have a better understanding of where I'm coming from. Here is the stats for Philadelphia right now. Crime stats. 2011, at this point in time, let's just go back 10 years ago. 94 homicides by this time in 2013, 162 today. 2013 for the whole year, 246 homicides, the ones that they list as homicides, not as suspicious deaths. 2022, 516, 2021, 562, 2020, 499. And what I ask myself is, where do we see these people? When you watch the news in Chicago, in New York, Philadelphia, Milwaukee, San Francisco, Los Angeles, do you see any one of these activists or these women from, or anyone from Black Lives Matter saying, like, coming out doing a press conference, say, like, black brothers and sisters, what are we doing? Stop the violence, increase the peace. Nope. What do they actually do? So when you see a story like this, when this news come out, BLM recorded a $9 million deficit in 2022, but still paid millions to execs. Now remember, this chick right here was busted. Patrice, how do you pronounce her name? Patrice Cullors, her right here. For what? Buying a $6 million mansion or so and then employing her brother. $1 million. You know, let's get the facts right here. Let's go read this story from the New York Post, and it's other places too. And it's, you know, Black Lives Matter ended last year with a nearly $9 million deficit while still paying millions out to organize as well as relatives of controversial co-founder Patrice Cullors. Tax documents posted online show that BLM Global Network Foundation ended the financial year in the red in the tune of 8.5, basically almost $9 million. The filings show that the nonprofit recorded a revenue of 8.5 million, roughly half of the more than 17 million it spent. The deficit is made even more extreme given that the previous year it actually increased its piggy bank, earning nearly 42 million after expenses. The financial hit also left the group with 30 million in assets, down nearly 11.75 from where it started the financial year. This means it has spent 2/3 of the 90 million it raised, which Cullors, who quit over earlier financial scandals, highlighted by the Post, previously dismissed as white guilt money. Let me find that clip. Take a time out, like the video, subscribe. Let me find an interview clip from her. This is going to be my first time hearing this, but I think this is the interview I watched like a few years ago a year ago when it came out. Let's go listen to it. So I apologize if I can't show the full video.
Do you have any insight into why that is.
How many more people, how many more black people have to die till LAPD listens to us?
If we don't get no justice, then you don't get no peace.
Black Lives Matter, the hashtag, like, we were just out there, like, organizing folks. We did not have money.
So they had no experience. Purchased a $6 million mansion compound. Now remember, they generated $90 million. $6 million compound from the donated funds. Do we have like a Black Lives Matter recreation center or gym that I don't know about anywhere?
Can you talk a bit about how and who decided the property meets the stated mission of the foundation?
We looked at commercial buildings, we looked at, homes, and then we found this really amazing space that's a sweet spot between commercial and residential that has office spaces, that has parking, that has, yes, a home on the property, but also has a sound stage where you could do podcasts and you could do live events in the backyard.
Did you ever receive a salary from the foundation when you were involved, either in the early days or before you left?
No, I never received a salary from the organization, but I did receive consulting dollars from the organization in the early days.
What does that mean? So basically, she got paid. She got paid. It's just a different word for saying, like, well, it wasn't actual salary that I was guaranteed every year, but I did get money. And also, what do you need like a $6 million? Come on. Well, everyone knows this story already didn't make sense when it came out, and this is old.
It was about $120,000 that I received.
How do you respond to that? At people who think that because you're doing well, that somehow means that you aren't as credible a movement practitioner?
I believe that Black organizers who are fighting day in, day out on behalf of Black lives deserve to receive salaries, deserve to receive benefits. In fact, for most of my organizing life, I was not an organizer that received a salary.
Have you ever used money from BLM to pay for your home or the homes of your family members or any other funds that were donated to Black Lives Matter to essentially enrich yourself?
No, I have never used Black Lives Matter donations to pay for any of the properties that I owned in the past or own right now.
Okay, so let's get back to this article here. Like, I don't like her already. So this means it spent 2/3 of the $90 million it had raised, which callers who quit over early financial scandals, we got the link right here, highlighted by the Post, previously dismissed as white guilt money. Despite the crunch, millions of dollars were paid to companies with close ties to the group, basically saying, they were hiring their brothers, cousins, aunts, uncles, here, including one owned by Shamala Bowers, who replaced Colors when she quit. An independent auditor's review of the previous 2 years also posted online showed that Bowers' company was paid a staggering $1.69 million for management and consulting services. A sister organization, Black Lives Matter Grassroots, previously accused Bowers of a blazing path of irreparable harm to BLM and siphoning millions to his firm. Instead of the donations for its intended purposes, Mr. Bowers diverted these donations to his own coffers, the group claimed in a lawsuit. Board members Danielle Edwards also owned the firm, which was paid $1.06 million for consulting services, the auditor's review said. Colors graffiti artist brothers Paul Colors was the only current salaried employee last year, getting nearly $125,000 with $15,000 in other compensation for unspecified security. But a security firm, Black Ties LLC, was paid more handsomely, getting $700. Oh, this is outrageous. This is hard to read. While Patrice Colors, excuse me, from Colors, if I'm mispronouncing her name, was forced to resign due to charges of using BLM's funds for her personal use. Looks like she's keeping it all in the family. An attorney for the National Legal and Policy Center watchdog group told the Free Beacon. BLM also agreed to pay $600,000 to an unidentified former board member's consulting firm in connection with a contract dispute. This is wild. Former managing director got the only other listed salary, nearly $115,000 for what was listed as an ongoing severance payment. So if you only have two, where's this money? Where's it been going? I remember seeing an interesting YouTube video several years back that led to the money leading to the Democratic Party. But when it comes to crime that are going on in our major cities, we don't hear nothing from them. These women are grifters, everyone involved in this, and they try to act like they don't. And then a lot of them, excuse me if I'm saying this, but they don't even be liking men. So I never gave my money to them. And I told my girlfriend at the time, like, yo, like, no, we're not, like, oh, we should get Black Lives Matter too. I wish I would. Black lives do matter, but this organization, no, like, nah. Let me listen to the rest of this bullshit she's spewing.
You know, the idea
By the way, this was before she stepped down. She stepped down in May of, let me check the date of this. She stepped down in May of 2021. How come YouTube don't show the same? May 14th. Okay, so she either just stepped down or she's about to step down or resign.
Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation received millions of dollars and then I hid those dollars in my bank account is absolutely false.
Is there any truth to the reports that your family has been hired to work at the property that was purchased by Black Lives Matter?
While my brother is the head of security and my mom and sister did work at the property, there are also dozens of other people who work in the organization that are Black folks and are doing amazing work. It's not like I literally, opened up the bank accounts and was like, I'm bringing all my family and friends in. Folks.
Ha! That's literally what she did. That's literally what she did. Wild. Here's the pictures of the estate. Also, there was a $3.2 million spending spree as well. Wild. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, have they done something? Like, have they opened up this foundation that we don't know about that gives kids backpacks? Or how about, drug outreach centers? Let's go check their website. Let's go see what's on this boy, these people ain't no joke. These people ain't no joke. Like, what the hell? Let's see here. Let's see what we got. In 2013, 3 radical Black organizers, Alicia Garza, Patrice Collins, and are they still around? Let's see if they're still around. Is she still a part? Is she still a part? I guess she may still be, but let's see if we can lead to something. Let's see here. Okay. HBCU ambassadors. Like, what is, like, look. It's no like tip line and shit to say like, hey, resources for Black folk. Where are the let's see, resources. Okay. Juneteenth event. Okay. Survival fund. Impact report. Artist series. What? Where is crime prevention? Like, what is this shit? But look, Big Ass Blue, donate. Let's go check out their, go check out all their shit. Are they doing like youth outreach podcasts every week where they talk to troubled youth? Look at this. Look. But yet, let something happen with some cop or some white person doing some wrongdoing. They jumping right out, grifting, getting the money, and then disappearing. Horrible. Horrible. They need horrible. Outrageous. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Sorry for ranting there. This is some crazy shit to me.